Under a cold, moonlit sky, a quiet suburban house stands cloaked in an unnatural stillness, an unsettling peace. The air hangs heavy, profoundly silent, as if holding its breath, a premonition of untold dread. A single, fleeting shadow disturbs the tranquil facade, moving past a second-floor window unseen. The house remains motionless, a silent sentinel under the accusing gaze of the moon. The profound silence is broken only by the unspoken dread that permeates the very air. In the oppressive darkness of the bedroom, faint moonlight struggles to pierce the heavy curtains, painting long, eerie shadows across the walls. The forms of Ronald DeFeo Sr. and Louise DeFeos lie perfectly still in their bed, barely discernible amidst the gloom. An unsettling stillness fills the air, broken only by the relentless, rhythmic ticking of a bedside clock. The clock's pulse echoes loudly in the suffocating quiet, a stark counterpoint to the profound silence of the room. The scene unfolds with a chilling, almost palpable tension, hinting at a dreadful secret held within the darkened space. Inside 4 bedrooms, children sleep soundly, each a picture of undisturbed innocence. A small hand clutches a worn teddy bear, a symbol of childhood comfort in the still night. A blanket lies kicked to the foot of a bed, revealing a child in peaceful slumber, utterly unaware. The only sound is a subtle, almost imperceptible creak of floorboards from the unseen hallway, a chilling prelude. In the dead of night, the DeFeos house is cloaked in an unsettling silence, a prelude to unseen horrors. The grandfather clock in the hall chimes softly, its pendulum swinging with a chilling, rhythmic pulse. A worn child's doll lies discarded on the carpeted floor, as if dropped in a moment of sudden, desperate haste. A single bite taken from a cookie on the kitchen counter imbues mundane details with a chilling sense of impending doom. In a stark interrogation room, Ronald DeFeo Jr. sits, pale and disheveled, his vacant eyes lost in the middle distance. Detective Miller leans forward, his weathered face etched with skepticism and a deep, unsettling unease. Ronald Jr.'s voice is a chilling, monotone whisper, filling the tense silence. He confesses, "The voices in the house, they told me to do it." A horrifying revelation. Yellow crime scene tape forms a stark barrier around the house, a chilling symbol against the November chill. Police cruisers and emergency vehicles line the street, their lights flashing silently, painting the scene with an eerie glow. Neighbors, bundled against the cold, cluster together, their hushed whispers carrying on the crisp air. Their faces are a tableau of shock and disbelief, reflecting the tragedy that has unfolded. The house, once ordinary, now stands like a dark, ominous presence, its windows staring out like vacant eyes. The once vibrant suburban home is now a chilling monument, forever marked by the events of the 14th of November 1974. In a sterile, brightly lit real estate office, the air hums with a low, nervous energy, thick with unspoken truths. George and Kathy Lutz sit across a polished desk, their faces a canvas of apprehension and determination. The fidgeting real estate agent speaks rapidly, his words a thin veil attempting to obscure the property's dark past. He gestures vaguely, his movements betraying a desperate attempt to downplay the house's grim history. George and Kathy exchange a shared glance, a silent pact sealing their fate, drawn by an irresistible, impossibly low price. The unbelievably low price of the house hangs in the air, a siren song they find impossible to resist. Under the bright sun, a grand and inviting house on Ocean Avenue gleams with promise. George, Kathy, and their 3 children pull up to their new home, a blend of hope and apprehension on their faces. Amy, Daniel, and Christopher burst forth with boundless energy, their laughter echoing through the air. The children race ahead, their excitement a vivid contrast to the subtle unease etched on their parents' faces. George and Kathy exchange a knowing smile, their eyes reflecting a shared dream for a new beginning. They stand before their new home, a beacon of hope, yet a shadow of unspoken worry flickers in their gaze. Sunlight streams through the large windows of the Ocean Avenue house, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. The children's excited shouts echo as they race from room to room, claiming their new territories. Kathy smiles, her eyes admiring the sleek, modern design of the spacious kitchen. George moves slowly, his gaze drawn to the imposing stone fireplace, a subtle unease flickering in his eyes. A quiet solemnity settles over George, a stark contrast to his family's joyful optimism. Father Pecoraro moves through the living room, a low murmur of blessings escaping his lips as he sprinkles holy water. As he reaches the second floor, a guttural growl echoes, chilling him to the bone. He stumbles, his face paling, visibly shaken by the unseen presence, and quickly retreats. His voice, now a strained whisper, confirms his terror. Evil. In her kitchen, Kathy hums softly as she prepares dinner, the rhythmic chop of her knife filling the quiet night. Suddenly, an unnatural chill permeates the air, causing her breath to mist before her eyes. A shiver racks her body, and Kathy instinctively wraps her arms around herself, seeking warmth. Her eyes dart around the familiar kitchen, a puzzled expression quickly morphing into fear. An unsettling, faint, rotten smell, like decaying leaves, tickles her nostrils, deepening her unease. The once comforting kitchen now feels alien, a cold dread creeping into Kathy's heart. In the deep of night, George's eyes snap open, wide and staring into the oppressive darkness of his bedroom. The harsh red glow of the digital clock blares 3:15 a.m., an unwelcome beacon in the quiet room. He tries to dismiss the unsettling sensation, but an unseen force presses down, suffocating him. The air grows heavy, thick with an invisible weight that crushes George's chest. Beside him, Kathy stirs faintly, her peaceful slumber undisturbed by the silent terror gripping George. George lies trapped, his gaze fixed on the ceiling, a prisoner in his own bed, wide awake in the dead of night. In the dim quiet of her bedroom, young Amy sleeps peacefully, unaware of the impending shift in her world. The closed door to her room slowly creaks open, a sliver of darkness widening into a silent, ominous void. A shadowy figure looms at the foot of her bed, its presence a chilling whisper in the stillness. Amy stirs, her eyes fluttering open to the unsettling sight, the hesitant question escaping her lips. Jody. Kathy's eyes snap open, a gasp catching in her throat as oppressive darkness envelops the room, thick with unseen menace. At the foot of her bed, a shadowy, indistinct figure looms, its wavering form a silent terror. She struggles to scream, her throat constricted, no sound escaping, trapped in a horrifying silence. Beside her, George sleeps soundly, utterly oblivious to the chilling presence, a stark contrast to Kathy's terror. The shadowy figure slowly, eerily, begins to dissipate, melting into the surrounding gloom like a fading nightmare. Kathy is left breathless, The lingering dread, a palpable weight in the silent, now empty, room. Sunlight streams into the living room as Daniel and Christopher, small hands busy, push toy cars across the rug. Their animated voices fill the air, a symphony of childish glee, discussing their imaginary friend. They describe the friend with glowing eyes, their words innocent yet chilling. In the kitchen, Kathy freezes, her blood running cold at the children's tale. She tries to dismiss it as mere child's play, a rational thought battling rising dread. A shiver snakes down Kathy's spine, a cold premonition in the sunlit room. George lies awake in the dimly lit bedroom, his eyes fixed on the ceiling, a silent prisoner of the night. Suddenly, violent slamming echoes from downstairs, each bang a hammer to his racing heart as he slowly rises. He moves with trepidation, a silent hunter stalking an unseen menace through the now hushed house. A chilling draft sweeps through the hallway, raising goosebumps, a ghostly touch in the sudden, eerie silence. In the cold, dim basement, George, unshaven and bloodshot, obsessively feeds logs into a roaring fireplace. He mumbles a constant, low drone about the cold, his eyes fixed on the hungry flames. From the top of the stairs, Kathy watches him, her face a mask of profound concern and fear. The flickering firelight casts dancing shadows, deepening the unsettling atmosphere of their shared ordeal. Kathy sits on her bed, a book open but unread, her gaze distant and troubled. A prickle of unease crawls up her spine, the distinct, chilling sensation of being watched. Slowly, her head turns, her eyes sweeping across the seemingly empty room, searching for an unseen presence. As her gaze falls upon her reflection, a fleeting, unsettling distortion wavers in the mirror. The brief, eerie ripple leaves Kathy with a profound sense of disquiet, her heart pounding. A thick, luminous green slime oozes from a keyhole, slowly dripping onto the polished wooden floor, a sinister stain. Windows throughout the house begin to open and close on their own, creaking eerily in the silent, oppressive night. A faint, putrid smell, like something long dead, permeates every corner, a suffocating presence. Disembodied footsteps echo from empty rooms, their rhythm uneven and chilling. A phantom presence. The house itself seems to breathe, a montage of unsettling incidents unfolding in the oppressive darkness. In the silent, dimly lit kitchen, Kathy stands alone, the quiet amplifying her unease. Suddenly, a plate slides from the counter, shattering on the floor, its crash echoing like a gunshot. Kathy recoils, a gasp of terror escaping her lips as a palpable malevolence fills the air around her. She shivers, feeling an icy breath on her neck, convinced a sinister presence looms just behind her. The digital clock on the bedside table glows ominously, signaling the unsettling hour of 3:15 a.m. Suddenly, George's eyes snap open, his gaze fixed on an unseen terror. A profound shiver racks his body, not merely from the bone-chilling cold, but from a spectral presence. A guttural whisper emanates from the very walls, a low, menacing murmur, promising something dark and sinister. He clutches his head, knuckles white, as fear and confusion war in his wide, desperate eyes. In the dim bedroom, shadows dance as children huddle together on one bed, their small bodies trembling. Amy, her eyes wide with fear, points a shaking finger towards a dark, menacing corner of the room. A low, guttural growl echoes faintly, sending shivers down their spines. One child whispers, "Jody's angry," a chilling confirmation of their shared terror. Another child adds, "She's really angry," as the unseen presence looms, filling the room with dread. In their bedroom, George and Kathy lie frozen, eyes wide with terror, as the house around them groans with unseen forces. Crashes echo from downstairs, sharp and sudden, followed by the chilling thud, thud, thud of deliberate footsteps. Kathy trembles uncontrollably, tears streaming down her face, a silent scream etched in her terrified expression. Her voice, raw with fear, cuts through the ominous silence. "We have to leave, George. Now." The suffocating terror in the room is palpable as the unseen presence draws closer. A nightmare made real. A palpable chill hangs in the night air as the Lutz family, still in their pajamas, scramble into their car with frantic urgency. They drive away, leaving most of their possessions behind in their haste, abandoning everything in their terrifying flight. In the rearview mirror, the house stands silent, dark, and imposing, a malevolent presence watching them disappear into the night. The dark, empty house looms ominously, its silent vigil a chilling testament to the terror that drove the family away. The Ocean Avenue house stands, completely remodeled, its address changed, a facade of normalcy over a dark past. A faint, almost imperceptible shimmer distorts the air around the house, like heat rising from asphalt. The air itself seems to ripple, hinting at an unseen presence, a memory refusing to fade.